Hey! It's Brittany, bitch. It's time for DnD!
Hi.
I like that you actually did do that.
I did it. Nailed it.
Awesome. So, last time we fought Demon. Watch the recording once it's up, because we just recapped it off stream.
Yes.
So, Lucan, our tree-like friend, now has the Face Sarni, a possibly last of its kind magical seed that looks like a gem and is a crazy arcane energy resource. And he has to figure out what the hell to do with it.
Well, I actually think the first thing we should do is probably go see if we can recover any of the gnome stuff to find out where he found this thing.
Okay. And you guys reminded me, everybody gets 1,000 gold between all the different cultists and all that crap that we've done and various side rewards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's a lot of gold.
Cool. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Time to bankrupt an entire town.
No, it's
Yeah.
a city. We'll be alright.
Or go on a foreign shopping trip. Who knows?
Makeover.
So, in the meantime, I'm going to move us back to HQ, away from all the rotting corpses of cultists and demigods and poor priests.
Whatever else.
Pacifists that got totally slaughtered easily.
Brutal.
And we're back at HQ. And now, Lucan, do you have a choice made yet, or do you need to mull it over with the group?
Are we just skipping over the gnome? Like
The gnome. All right, yeah, we go back to the gnome. We got most of his stuff already.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we scooped how much of it we scooped up. I mean, mainly looking for like a journal or something like that or anything.
Dogs being a dog in the background. Hold on. I got notes somewhere.
Dog's got a dog.
Doggo's got a doggo.
Doggo. That's not the right one. I have a printout. I'm just trying to find it. I might have put it away somewhere. I apparently do not have it in front of me. So let me pull it up the other way.
Not the other way.
Dear God.
The other way!
So,
We had a lot of handouts.
Got a lot of what?
The handouts. I was just looking at them. Bunch.
We have a lot of holy.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
all
There's a
right.
face fly.
That was the things from Thinganing.
That was the thing that was in your jar.
And then the thing the demon was made of, right?
Mm-hmm.
That guy HQ though.
Yeah.
So, when we checked over the gnome, according to my module notes, he had a backpack, several scrolls containing paperwork in relation to some sort of request for trade items, a set of folded merchant's clothes in addition to the soiled traveling garb he was wearing, a lantern, a flask of oil, 3 serves of dry rations, and he had a short sword, which was still sheathed at his waist. So you can maybe look through all of the scrolls and see if there's anything useful, but nothing looks like a journal or anything.
Okay. Well, give a look through the scrolls anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, are we Are we at HQ or are we somewhere else?
We went and picked up some stuff.
So we probably picked up the gnome stuff and then headed back.
Yeah.
We've like rested and everything, right?
We will have rested at the end of this part before anything occurs.
Cool.
I don't want, unless you guys decide, like, I just go kill a bunch of town guard, you guys are going to be killed up.
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
Oh,
Murder party.
right. So now I got to come up. So that's a good investigation roll.
Ooh.
So looking at his trade documents, you can probably retrace where he was. But there's no specific mention of like how he came upon them.
Okay, well, that's something to follow up a little on later. Because I kind of want to figure out where the hell he found this.
Yeah.
So, regardless of where he found it, though, what are you going to do with it? Because it's like a nuclear bomb, right? Like, if we exploded it,
Yeah, well, I guess
you could do with it.
it's
one of his options is to destroy it, which he's welcome to try to do. But the main thing that at least one or more of our players may be concerned about is we're not exactly sure how much energy is contained in that, nor exactly what happens when magical energy is dispersed back into the natural world.
What
Only
if you
one way to
just-
find out.
What if you just shove it into the ground?
So one of his options is to plant it because it is technically
that's right.
seed. You think that Turlang gave you at least an inkling that he has a very keen eye for a good spot for it, which may be a better growing place for it, where if you were to just stick it in a tree planter in the front yard, it may not grow as well.
Just put it in a little pot.
Put a little pot, give it some water, see what happens.
We have our arcane energy tree.
the thought crossed my mind.
Yeah.
We do have
Actually,
a yard.
the guy at work that I bounced some ideas off of, he's like, they should totally just plant it in the front yard of their headquarters. It'll be fine.
Well, I think we should. I think what you should do is start with what you don't want to do with it, and then we'll narrow it down.
Well, don't really want to destroy it,
Okay.
and definitely not giving it to the elves because they're apparently going to be dicks about it.
Aw. Which
Now,
elves?
Since I'm druid and part plant, what would happen if I used it?
Well, you're still a Goliath. You're just very plant aligned. You can turn into plant.
Okay.
You're not sure. You're like, this is arcane energy, and it seems to be plant matter. The information that Lucan got that his race was made by these and is kind of made of a similar stuff that he could probably graft it. You're not sure if you could do the same.
Do we have?
Or do I think Steve would want to give you his cool magical item? Yeah, you go Iron Man
Yeah.
for a while.
Like, I trust you. I'm not sure I trust you that much.
Do we have
And
any
also don't want you to die.
of what would happen if he planted it in himself?
What if I ate it?
No, I mean like Steve. Would
Yeah, Steve could very easily
Yeah,
decide
that's
he wants to
funny.
plant it, but plant it in his own spot where he wants to. But he does have a line on what supposedly is a primo spot.
Now, is there a chance that this gem would be super sought after, even after it's planted?
Yeah.
Someone would come and
So the information we
Okay.
have is we're making some assumptions here. But if it were planted, we think it would grow into a plant and somehow use its energy to grow. And then
Yeah,
it would be just a tree until it grows a new fruit, which then is a problem for us in 5 years.
right, but some jabroni could come and chop the tree down and then
Yeah. Someone could come and chop the tree down or try to uproot it while it's smaller
So-
and try to move it.
So essentially we'd have to have it guarded 24/7.
Which Turlang having his primo spot made it sound like it would be harder for random Joe Schmo to come and find it.
They did make it pretty hard for us to find them.
Yeah. So,
But at the same-
as a tree dude, he was like, I got a primo spot to grow a tree.
But at the same time, we did kind of have to fight one of his druids that also kind of took him out to an extent as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
But wasn't that like
So-
a rogue druid? I mean, still, it doesn't
No, that was a druid that was part of their.
He was
They're-
corrupted by the gem.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like I trust
So
her
what you're
Lang.
saying is druids can't be trusted with it.
all right. Yeah, I'm fine.
You should just throw it into the ocean.
Well, even if the
Titanic
particular
style.
druid, even if a particular druid could be trusted, the people after it might have powerful enough magic that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, discussed this idea with Brent earlier, and he apparently discussed it with Dave. Let's give it to the dragon turtle to hold on to for a little while.
Wait, but why? I mean, so he would hoard it, but like it wouldn't do anything. Also, he might eat it.
But it would also give us some time to figure it out. Well, that's the thing. We got to make sure he doesn't know what it is.
Wait, so are you still uncertain as to what to do with it?
Still not quite 100%. Yeah.
Well, so what are your thoughts? Like, you're not 100%, which means you're some percent.
Yeah.
You know the things you don't want to do. What are the things you want to do?
Like, I want to bring it to my people, but they may not be able to protect it. They may not be powerful enough. And Turlang, yeah, he has a spot, but also his druids are corruptible as well. And also a question of how much I trust my own people not to go a little crazy on it either.
Hmm.
It's starting to become a little bit that so far, the only ones that I think can deal with it are our group, which is also why the planting it in our front yard doesn't sound like that terrible of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I would think that you should.
Maybe we'll get a
invest
cool
into your-
treehouse out of it. And it'll be like Adventure Time.
Wow.
I think we should plant it, but I think we should like find a really safe place, right? Like it's controversial. We know at least the elves want it. It sounds
See,
like maybe
I
other
mean-
people want it to not be a thing.
So why do the elves
See,
want it?
Okay, so I have a bit of a problem with planting it in that it seems like it would be finite. I think if you like shove it into your chest, become Iron Man kind of thing, I feel like that is more of a means of better protecting it than just planting it in your backyard.
Well, I guess the question is,
Because then you trust yourself to handle whatever comes at you.
I do very much like that idea. The question is whether it can actually be extracted later to plant in case we do want to continue this thing. Because if this is the last one, if it's destroyed or something like that, or I absorb it and it's gone, basically gone, they're never coming back, which might actually be a good thing.
You actually have heard multiple. So the different people you've talked to, the guy at the Cathedral of Faiths was very much like it's bittersweet that the trees are extinct, but it's probably a good thing because a lot of people died.
But why did people die?
So the elves were growing them. Well, like they grew at the center of a bunch of different forests throughout like the world, and they were like the elves call them the hearts of the forest.
Uh-huh.
But the elves were also harvesting the fruit to do cool rituals like make Steve's race. And other darker races were like, we want that power, and also we want the elves to stop being dicks and playing God, so we're going to go and do a campaign against all these elves and these trees.
I mean, it's like planting a nuke to make more nukes. Like,
Well, in a way, yes, except it can be both used for making a nuclear bomb and also making a nuclear reactor that gives free energy for a lot of people, too.
yeah, but there's a lot of shitty people in the world that will be corrupted by it.
There's a lot of
Like-
okay people in the world too. Like,
If we plant it, we definitely need to keep it secret, right? Like we know people will want it.
Well, we already know people are wanted. Like that elf dude from the, he's just outside the city. Kind of got a, hey, the elves will come back into power vibe to him.
Yeah, and he's actually the one that gave you Turlang's like address, so that's another thing that you're a little bit like, eh.
hey, have we
Yeah.
seen
If
Yudo
you
lately?
can- if you can ensure that there's a I would say a 99% chance that you can keep it secret and keep it for creating for good purposes, like usage for good purposes, then I'd say go for that. But if it's the last one and you want to keep it at the last one, I would say shove it into your chest and protect it with every fighting breath.
I'm kind of leaning towards that now, yeah. Also, you just want to see me become Iron Man, basically.
I kind of do, but
Iron Man.
that's besides the point.
And the other-
I'm mostly arguing for the sake of the safety of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Out of character, I kind of want to do that too, because I think, great, tons of power. This should be interesting.
I also think it would be more interesting narratively, but that is just me.
Yeah, it's just trying to figure out exactly what would Luke.
Oh man! And then if it's in your chest when you die, you become the next tree.
Yeah, you know, like I'm wondering, like
You become a vessel
would you be able to
for the
plant
next
yourself?
generation.
Yeah, because you'd be buried.
That's badass. Do that.
So it's kind of like both of them.
Yeah.
So basically, eventually, this becomes someone else's problem, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. But not while you're alive.
Let's do it.
You also kind of get the idea that most likely if you plant it, it's going to be 5 years from now use problem.
Yeah.
Because if someone's going to stage a massive effort to try to steal
I'll,
a magic tree or its power source, it's once it's grown a fruit.
How long
Yeah.
does Steve's race live for?
I think it's like standard.
Oh,
human.
okay.
Hold on.
So
Is it
No, I
abnormally
haven't
long? Because that would be awesome. And you're just like, yeah, I got this seed for me for like 1,000 years. Deal with it, hoes.
If you stop talking, I'll tell you.
I
Okay.
was going to say, they live to about 200.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so a while, and I'm
all right,
not
how
that
old are you now?
Not that old. I went with 30.
All right, so you're still sapling.
I am Groot.
Yeah.
I mean,
If-
technically,
if- That's like Groot putting an Infinity Stone in his chest.
Basically.
Also, as the other curveball that we threw you was looking at the tome that the lead cultist had, you were also able to figure out how your race was created using one of these stones. And you could also replicate that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, you could make babies.
Did it involve clouds of spores?
No.
Not quite.
Is there like a 1 week out of the year where you just smell like vaginas?
What the fuck?
Like those
Wow.
trees. Haven't you ever smelled those weird trees?
Except that's rotting
They
meat.
look amazing, but they smell disgusting for like one.
Are you saying
week out of
vaginas
the
smell
year.
disgusting?
I think.
Oh,
you
the ginkgo tree.
Kindly
No,
leave.
no. There's like these.
did.
Kindly leave. Do not call vaginas disgusting.
Specific vaginas.
Kindly leave.
Glossing. Moving on.
Moving on.
Right. So
Now I've lost my train of thought. Thanks.
Damn it.
You're welcome. You're talking about you making babies.
Yeah, we already sort of can do that.
We're talking about
No, I
Steve's
mean
sperm.
magic babies.
So Steve's race knows how to propagate more of them, but he also now has details on the ritual that created them. So if he wanted to play God, he could make another one.
Does it involve squirrels taking nuts and burying them?
God damn it, Jeff. Why?
So I
Well-
feel like our questions are: do you want more trees, like in the future? Do you want to be the father of a race, or do you want to like gain the power and sort of store the stone, whatever that might do?
I'm leaning towards storing the stone The other thing is I probably technically should be asking my people as well, since they kind of have a stake in this in some ways.
Eh,
I thought you were the last of your kind.
God,
No.
no.
There's
I'm
dozens of them, Jeff. Dozens.
Exactly.
Do you like?
Okay.
Well,
Also, I technically went AWOL, so there's going to be a little
Is
bit of
there-
explaining of where the hell I've been.
Is there
look,
a
Ma, I found Dad.
like? Is there a group of elders that you can go to and be like, "So this is the deal"?
Technically, I was sort of asking Dave earlier about communication options, and it'd be about a day for like a flying messenger animal.
If you wanted to talk with Turling, I don't know how far away your crew is. You made it sound like you guys are pretty far away from the city.
Yeah. Probably a little further than that because we don't get out much.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are in the deep secret parts of the jungle, which is like a lot of the major inland that's not near roads or cities.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be very timely.
Yeah. And there'd also be like, new forest to this. We thought you was dead.
Exactly.
New Forest, who
there-
it is.
Is there like a pocket dimension that you can put it in?
I wondered
No.
about bringing it to the Feywild, but
Grow it in the Feywild. See what happens then.
let's just add a little extra planar flavor to that.
No,
More
just
than welcome to find out.
that. Yeah, that sounds great.
Nothing could go
Don't do
wrong.
that. Nothing can go wrong at all ever. Everything will be fine.
But like,
That's definitely the best option.
but like, is there some extra planar void that you can kind of just leave it in?
Sadly, I don't have that level of magic.
Pocket in the astral plane. Bye, losers. No.
Though that's not to say that us being on a college campus with I assume, some very powerful wizards might not have some options. Question is, how much do I trust them?
Yeah.
What if you get like a bag of holding or some thing that would have it in it?
Let's just hope it's not like putting a portable hole into a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Or
The
turning
count
a
itself is an
or
extra
turning a
dimension.
bag of holding inside out.
Yeah,
That's how you get a bunch of socks.
that should be what happens. Side note, I saw something about a semi-useful bag of holding at one point, and I need to find that again because it was interesting.
I saw
Anyways,
it was the bag of holding that was like only the things you need, and it only holds like one of a handful of certain objects.
yeah, that's what it was.
About 10 for 2, but only one bedroll. Wink, wink.
As long as it holds 10-foot pole.
It does. I also laugh that it holds a empty vial or jar. Like you could specify one of 3 types of like glass vessels, but they had to be empty. And it can't store anything that isn't its normal object back in it. So once you fill a jar that you take out of it, you can't put the jar back in it.
What?
It was a weird thing looking at the rules on that item. I thought it was funny.
It's a weird ass item.
It's like, I'm going to take a specimen. Ah, crap, I got to put this in a pocket.
Anyway, so you should become Iron Plant Man. Iron Groot.
I'm honestly thinking that is the best option because I don't quite trust anyone else. And yeah, planting it, like part of me wants this thing to not go extinct because I don't want that knowledge to be lost. But at the same time,
Yes.
that's not a great plan either.
The world is not ready for this.
Or we
Yeah.
can walk out to our front yard and slam it into the ground and see what happens.
Yeah, but then I have to like stay here all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because then we're just doing guard duty for this fucking tree for like ever.
I mean, even if I absorb it, you guys all now get to do guard duty on me.
Yeah, but you're a fighter. That's
You also move.
you are the body. You are like the final boss that they have to fight after fighting their bodyguards.
Fair. A final boss.
So,
with extra
so
power.
I'm cool with being a mini boss.
Yeah, we're all mini bosses, and Steve, you're the final boss. We're like all the bosses that when they do like the boss rush, you know, at like before you actually fight the final boss, you gotta fight all the other bosses over again.
I like how we're slowly becoming NPCs in someone else's campaign,
Womp womp.
like someone else's evil campaign.
Probably.
We gotta go.
Dave? Dave, we got to get on this.
All right, we're gonna seek up Eastspire and make an evil campaign.
All right.
Everybody roll new
roll
characters.
characters.
Woo!
Let's play from another perspective.
I'm gonna be a chaotic neutral bard mercenary. Wait.
I'll be a lawful evil paladin.
I'll be a murder hobo.
More like an awful evil paladin.
This time without a good sword.
I'm like, I spin up an entirely new, unique character with a in-depth backstory because I do that.
With a super dark and edgy background.
Yeah, like I already emailed you.
Hey, I'm
Yep.
Shadow Contos. I'm like regular Contos, but evil. For reasons.
You merely survived the darkness.
I was born in it, molded by it. Didn't see the light until I was already a man.
I've eaten nothing but mushrooms and sadness my entire life.
Well, that sucks, bro. No wonder you're fucking evil.
Yeah. Or the unwanted fourth option is now to just find out a remote area and then hit the hell out of this thing until it breaks.
And we all die in the ensuing explosion.
You're not sure what will
Yeah,
happen.
then we find out it's just merely a Horcrux.
That would actually be a really dick DM move to pull on you guys. Like,
Oh my god.
he absorbs it into his chest, and we find out it's a lich's phylactery.
That would be so funny.
And then we have to kill Steve in order to kill the lich.
Ruh-roh.
Or it's really just a mimic.
Nah, man, we have his phylactery. We can tell that lich to fucking go screw.
You need control over him. They just generally are like, don't break that, that's expensive.
You break it, you bought it.
Magic jar.
It's like, tell you what, man, you don't be all evil and bullshit, and we won't destroy this, and like, you know, we'll just stay out of each other's hair. Cool? Cool.
Okay.
No, we sort of
I'll
already
wait
did
another
that.
1,000 years for you to be dust, and then I'll be evil again.
Yeah, cool, whatever, man. But like right now, just don't be evil.
Like you do you.
Time is nothing because I'm counting no age.
You play the long game, and then some other heroes will come and slay you. Whatever.
Anyways, after that long diatribe.
So, what you doing with the stone, Steve?
I'm
Plug it
absorbing
in, plug it in.
Yeah, so final answer. You're not going to put it in your back pocket and walk around town for a couple
Ooh,
days?
sweet scent of pine.
That seems like a bad plan.
So what I'm asking is, are you making a decision, or are we walking around while you mull it over?
I'm not walking around with this thing.
Okay.
There's only like one door and like 2 windows to my room, so decent chance I can defend it. Anyways,
Which
yes.
runs a bear off.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I have
Do you-
no escape.
Do you do this in secret, or are you gonna do it in secret, or are you gonna call us all around the table and make it all cinematic?
Probably a little bit of. I might just be sitting outside, and you guys are sitting like in the dining room or something, trying to figure this out. And you guys are welcome to join in.
The only way to insert it is to shove it way up your asshole.
That's no.
No, Professor.
As a very plant-centric druid, now that you know that's what he wants to do, is absorb this thing, you think, because he's plant life, you can kind of set him up and it up to kind of accept like a graft, when you graft like 2 plants together,
Yes.
which may hurt a little, because it may involve, making him bleed a little bit, so he's ripe for absorbing.
Take out an axe. Hold still.
But still, we're making a small incision in your chest cavity.
Here's a good question. Do I
Yeah.
bleed maple syrup?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Are you a maple plant?
Do you have a cell wall?
He's not in jail.
That's a bit of a personal question.
No, are you plant cells or animal cells? That's science.
Steve, you're a shadow Eve?
Yeah.
Right?
Do your cells have a cell wall? Fine, ignore my science. Whatever.
There's no science in this age.
Right.
There's only magic.
Sounds like witchcraft to me.
There was only Zol.
They'll tell you what plants you're made out of. It would have been cool.
Nah, it's just kind of generic. You're a tree.
You're a twilight favoring
I
tree.
mean, I feel like you could say that you bleed whatever the fuck you want to bleed.
Yeah,
I mean-
some sort of sappy blood.
I mean, technically, my last name's Pine Shadow, so maybe
There you go.
pine-like.
Well, I mean, you could have grown up next to a pine. There's
True.
a shadow.
Fuck.
Freaking trees blocking my sunlight.
My father was a pine. I am merely a shadow of him.
Your father smelled of elderberry because he was elderberry.
Yep. Hey, maybe.
Never know.
Anyways, so it sounds like this is going to hurt a little.
Yeah, I mean, game statistic wise, you're not really. I mean, it's more thematic than anything. So we decided we're going to do it. Thorncaller, being somewhat expertised in plants, helps with the process. We prep you, which you take like 1 point of damage, which is not we're not going to worry about because you're going to take a rest after this. And so this gem gets put into you, and you're kind of initially like, all right, this is just awkward. My chest cavity got bigger. This kind of hurts. What the hell? And then all of a sudden, the energy of the life force of an entire forest courses through your veins. Kind of writhe around and start sparking arcane energy. You initially feel like almost it will destroy you with taking in as much energy. Until finally something inside you kind of shifts and you kind of feel the planty parts of you kind of take in a new nutrient stream. And you feel the power meld with you. And you get a bunch of cool new racial powers.
Oh, snap.
Prepare to take notes.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, you can just do a quick print and add to your character sheet or whatever you want to do.
Okay, yeah, I found someplace.
All right, for now, you get 60-foot dark vision. Because you didn't have that already.
Wowee.
You get the knowledge of 2 druid cantrips and 1 druid spell of first level. And you can cast that first level spell innately once a day.
2 druid cantrips and a first level spell.
You essentially took magic initiate feat for druid.
I hope your wisdom's decent.
Well, he uses his current casting stat. It doesn't
Oh,
change.
awesome.
So that'd be the one that
Nice.
But the game mechanics and stuff you learn is the same as that feat. And instead of needing 4 hours of rest, you now only need to spend 4 hours in sunlight to be fully rested and nourished.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's pretty overpowered.
Photosynthesis, motherfuckers.
Seriously.
And that's your reward for your arc.
Skills.
Nice.
And there were fun other things you will not find out right now that were the other things that could happen.
Oh,
Fancy.
Gasp.
Dun dun dun.
Destroy had the least amount of benefit, and that one I thought was funny because it does explode, but it does actually give you additional stuff, but it just explodes and coats you and stuff and makes the stuff that it coats better.
which
Lel.
also means it probably could have helped others too.
I only had listed it as pretty much I was going to have you do it because everyone else is going to be like a mile away, like, you got this.
Thumbs up.
A mile away in a heavily reinforced bunker behind
Yeah.
periscopes.
Yeah, we're like, this is either gonna fizzle and do nothing, or it's gonna destroy half the continent. Have fun.
Yes.
Instead, it just takes out like a football field. Yay! So yay, we completed Steve's thing.
Sweet.
So now, Steve is in recovery. We take a long rest for a day or so. In the meantime, the priests and other people from the Cathedral of Faith have gone and kind of cleaned up our mess from fighting Arl, Lord of Ruin, and his cultists. And some of the priests that were not there that day and got murdered, and some other concerned townfolk are very happy that we saved them from a potential demon incursion. And
Yay.
Gross blight people. So, where the fuck is my other notes? Here it is. All right, so we go out to celebrate. And we are kind of following some people to go down to a bar. And as we're walking around Eastspire, about to head out for the night and celebrate our victory over Arl, we're kind of falling a little bit behind. The land suddenly shimmers and shifts, and then falls out from us, under us completely.
Uh-oh.
And then,
What the deuce?
hold on, I got exposition. You find yourselves heaped in front of a regal-looking woman who is undoubtedly Fey. She seems displeased that her mages didn't put you in a more dignified position for her introduction. So you guys slowly get up to your feet after being heaped in front of her because you guys just were like, we're going to go out for a beer. And all of a sudden, just like, you fell through the floor and ended up in like her throne room. You're like, what the shit? And so as dust ourselves off, she introduces herself as Princess Dandelion of the Summer Court. And kind of looks at you all like you all should already know that.
Oh yeah, of course.
What knowledge is that?
I would say nature's more Fey, but I guess I would allow arcane as well if you really...
I'll do Arcana. I don't know why that was advantage. Like, yeah, maybe.
I was gonna say I know a little bit because knowing stuff is kind of supposed to be my thing.
Yeah, Lucan's got probably the best leverage on that. So you know her, and she introduced herself as a princess, but she is one of the lesser archfey of the Summer Court. And you're aware that there's the Summer Court, the Winter Court, and then the actual Feywild, which is somewhat synonymous with the Feywilds. But that is kind of like the not summer nor winter, no man's wild card land.
Not like autumn and fall, or sorry, autumn and spring.
It's like autumn and spring. So like think of it as like there's summer and winter, which are constantly at odds with each other. And then everyone else who's not a Democrat or a Republican.
Oh, man.
That metaphor, though.
Let's not get into which one's which.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get into which one's which. I'm just saying, like, if you were to think of it as, like, there's these three parts, but you really only ever talk about two parts, but there really is three.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
So she looks a little put out that some of you don't immediately, like, recognize who this wonderful lady is. I do have...
I was gonna say, I at least give a little bow of because I do actually kind of recognize her.
Yeah.
Good day, Your Majesty? Question mark?
Hold on, I got too many notes in front of me.
I also look at the bard and go, "Don't you dare!"
Don't what?
You know what you were thinking.
You did roll high enough to know a lot more. Okay.
Relax, man. I'm tied down now.
Here's my notes on random lore. So she's a lesser archfey of the Summer Court, Princess Dandelion, because that's a fun name, nominal ruler of a place called the Hedge Grove, the maze city of trade and tribute. She was put in charge of the hedge, because you rolled a 23, put in charge of the Hedge Grove as a punishment over a perceived slight to the summer court and has been its ruler for almost 7,000 years. She feels stifled by her near-endless hedge mage that surrounds her and wields her power as a ruler like a petulant child. Quick to anger and insult, but also easily distracted by flights of fancy and fascination. So that's what you know, Steve, as like a background of like, oh, this is this lady.
It's like, oh crap, we got sort of roped into the kind of pissed off teenager
Oh no.
of the summer court.
So soon after Steve bows and the rest of us kind of half-ass kind of mimic him to be like, all right, well, you're obviously some sort of Fey royalty. She explains you're here upon her beckoning to do several tasks. The Lord of Frost, where she harumphs after saying his name, got to make use of your talents, and she'll not be upstaged by that winter court bipolar frump. She's also somewhat incredulous that she has rumors you have visited the wilds before anywhere in the realm of summer. If you guys have any response to that, you may.
It wasn't exactly planned. We just sort of found it.
I'm just like, yeah, I tripped and he fell.
Kind of gives you a weird, slight look, which is like, all right, very well. Nonetheless, you shall not return home until my bidding is done.
What a dick.
Yeah. So this is the, like, you guys are now kind of getting the thing. It's like, oh, that Lord of Winter thing was kind of a winter equinox, like, holiday fun thing. You're just here to get us to do chores.
Oh, right. I now remember that game. Okay. Now this all makes sense again.
Yeah. We got to hang out in Santa Claus land where normally we'd expect that bad things would happen in the Winter Court's lands, but it was the holiday.
I make sure the snowball wand is buried in my bag.
What do you use? But it's
Good call.
You do have that.
I forget exactly how it works. I think I have it written down, but
Daroth wasn't even there, right? That was the
you missed that session because you went off to murder someone, but you did get a gift.
Oh, that's right, yeah. But I technically haven't been to the...
Yeah, you haven't been there, but everybody else has.
Yeah.
You're like, technically. Technically, I am correct, and that is the best type of correct.
great, we got a bureaucrat.
Fantastic.
All right. So you guys ready for her first chore for us to do for her?
Does it involve alcohol?
Not
I
yet.
guess
Then I'm
maybe
not
we
ready.
I guess we probably confer among ourselves of the. Well, do we just go along with this?
Yes.
Shard's like, I don't know if we have an alternative. You don't piss off one of the Archfey.
Or do you?
No,
Shard
don't forget I have.
like shakes his head side to side like that's it.
We do always have that nuclear option. I mean, it sucks for me, but
Shard's like, I don't know if you know how to control all that yet. So let's see what she wants first.
I'm disappointed that didn't give Steve a chest laser.
I mean, if there's a druid spell of first level that is chest laser.
I cast chest laser.
I actually do need to figure out what spells.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have time. You don't need to.
You could take the cantrip firebolt. That's sort of like chest laser.
Or what's that? Create fire is the druid one or something like that.
Produce flame.
Oh yeah, produce flame, create fire. Same synonyms.
So he doesn't have a chest laser. He just has like a chest furnace that he pulls.
All right, I'll accept that.
Yeah, he gets 2 cantrips and a spell once a day out of his weird furnace, and it made his body more powerful.
It's pretty good. But
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Metagame wise, the only other one that might have been comparable as a reward is that if he planted it, it would grow a weapon for him to protect it.
Oh wow, that would be fun.
Actually, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, but now we'll see. We can always use that later on in something else. Anyway, so her first request, which is I find very funny. The princess ordered a pair of custom slippers to be made by her favorite cobbler in the hedgegrove. The slippers should be finished by now, but the cobbler has become evasive in his replies to her summons. Princess Dandelion wants to know exactly what happened and why her slippers haven't been delivered yet.
Maybe
So the
he
cobbler-
slipped.
Yeah. Dun-dun-dun. The cobbler, a gnome named Friendamus Tactalo, is the person we're supposed to go find.
It's not the gnome that got killed, right?
No. Totally unrelated gnome. Not all gnomes are the same gnome.
Yeah, come on, Steve. That's racist.
We all just jumped on that bandwagon real quick.
She wants you to find out what's taking her slippers so long to be finished and delivered. More than that, she'd like them to be found and delivered straight to her. She describes the undelivered slippers as she expects them: silken, rose pink, with princess-cut gems set into the heels. And she describes Friendamus, his appearance and mannerisms to you, that he is short, nervous, fidgety, and has a high-pitched laugh. Such a silly little thing.
That sounds like a generic gnome description. Awesome. He looks like a gnome. Sounds like a gnome.
Looks like a gnome.
Right.
You zoom in on her icon, you can get a picture of her, what she looks like. She has hair that kind of stands up. It looks a little bit like a dandelion before it blooms.
What is she going super saiyan?
So,
Oh, yeah.
we are given kind of brief descriptions of where to go. Steve, you also rolled high enough to know a little bit of stuff, but if you want to roll another nature
Nature.
or going into the
Nope.
wild and the hedgegrove.
Does my sword know anything about her? Rolled history to see, but I didn't get very high roll.
All right.
The druid remembers the other half.
Yeah, the druid remembers the other thing. Well, now that, yeah. All right. Now that you guys know you're in the hedgegrove of the summer court, you know it is a kind of a large phase city where there's these massive hedges, like a hedge maze, but they are also the walls that make up the buildings of the city. So like a bunch of fey creatures live within the hedges, which are like almost like a wall. It's like organic. But the weird thing about the hedge grove is that it actively resists being mapped. So if you were to try to draw the street or use a power to map where you are inside the grove in the maze will move, and the residents may get mad.
Okay. No maps.
Yeah, so you kind of go off of like verbal directions of that's 2 hedges down, 1 hedge over.
Memory only.
Just go right. All the time.
You think that may be a bad idea?
Oh, okay.
Go west.
Go left all the time.
Well, similar reason of this is a big ass place.
Oh,
Seriously, this isn't like someone's backyard.
it's gonna take a while. All right.
It will take a while, and you may never come back to center.
Hey, Josh, I think your mic's on.
Interior designer.
Yeah, Josh, your mic is on.
It's okay.
That fix it?
Yep.
Yo.
You got it.
All right. So you guys got that cool little piece of information on the hedgegrove. Let me double check. There's nothing else you guys get with a nat 20, because I have, as always, 30 sheets of paper to look at.
Sounds like a personal problem.
You got 99 pieces of paper, and the one you need is not one.
No, I got them. It's just I flipped over some of the stuff. It's just exposition.
Oh.
Instead of the one. The hedgegrove is the common name for a topiary hedge maze town ruled by Princess Dandelion and Archfey of the Summer Court. Hidden within the towering walls of green are shops, markets, and bazaars of every kind imaginable. The Hedgegrove lays somewhere in the heartland of the Feywild, right on the border between the gilded Summerlands and the chill Winterlands. It is a town that none of the Archfey have a high opinion of, but every civilized person on the plane visits at least once, a place of necessity. The walls of most of the city are about 100 feet tall and often hundreds of feet thick. The brush is loose enough to push into and hide inside if you wanted to, with some strength required to do that. They can also be climbed. However, the walls actively change shape to avoid ropes, grappling hooks, and make climbing via rope impossible. You note that climbing the walls or walking atop the hedges is a jailable offense. They don't like people doing that.
Okay.
Most of the roads are 20 feet wide or 20 to 30 feet wide. The maze has no ceiling and is constantly exposed to sky. Weather is constantly pleasant and not quite sunny, but not like overcast either. It's like this kind of nice blue that's not blinding.
Neat.
The occasional fluffy white cloud.
Yeah.
They're fluffity. They're puffity. Marshmallows.
So yeah, one thing you guys note, which is also good, you guys got paid, is that there's a lot of shops and other things in the city, and you guys might encounter a bunch of other fey creatures along the way.
Cool.
So, you guys ready to head out and go find some slippers?
So,
Yes.
sorry, you can't know where things are, but can you words? Can you ask for directions? Like, the people have directions?
Yeah, verbal directions. Like, they gave you quick verbal directions of like, all right, you're going to go out of this door of the Rose Palace. You're going to go 2 hedges down and 1 hedge to the left, and then you'll find this cobbler's shop. So all the directions are kind of this verbal, like, go over, down, left, right stuff. So that's perfectly fine.
So you can map it out in your head.
You can map it in your head, but like if Jeff were to use his cartographer's ring,
Gotcha.
things might go sideways pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Both literally and figuratively.
Oh.
All right. Questions answered.
Yep. All right, so we're ready to roll out. I am not going high def on maps for this one. And we're going to do Theater of the Mind, and I'll pull stuff in as it goes. This is going to be the standard map for most of the stuff we do.
Okay.
Oh my God. Change scene like 30 times for no reason. All right. So one of the random things that happens as you guys go out, Lucan, with your new chest piece in you, coming out and looking upon this giant 100-foot tall hedge maze with the sky open above it, you have a moment of harmony and tranquility looking out through the hedge maze, and you gain inspiration.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
And for those playing at home, there are random encounters that I have pre-rolled so I could set this stuff up ahead of time.
Nice.
Preparation.
Whoa.
One of the things I rolled. And I randomly rolled it as Lucan. All right. So then you guys continue down through your first hedge maze section. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're here going to check out these slippers? Do you want to just beeline it, or do you want to poke around, look at what shops are nearby, try to talk to other fae, go shopping?
Just got 1,000 gold. Let's go a little shopping.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what they got for sale.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up that magic item list.
She's already mad, so what else can we do to piss her off?
Yeah. Brent, you also think that because you're in the Feywild, there are new and exciting items available that are not available as part of the normal.
Oh, shit.
That's what I was thinking might be the case.
Oh,
Fantastic. Turbo-tastic.
All right.
Turbo-tastic.
Turbo-tastic.
For the lulls, for the first hedge maze section that we're in, if we're going to go shopping and take our time, each of you roll a d20. And I will roll one as well.
Ah, who got the 20?
Oh yeah.
It's not for anything mechanically wise. I will write these down so I can quickly reference them.
Yeah, lower numbers are better. Woo!
Bullshit.
Yep. You'll see what it is for in a moment.
Ominous.
No, okay. So you guys go out and want to shop. And in the first hedge grove section, that's a hard thing to say. You see, looking around at the hedge, you actually see there are little shops and doors and placards like set into the hedge. You guys looking around for what you might want to shop for, find a jeweler shop, a gambling hall, a tailor, a barber, a rope maker, and another jeweler.
I will go to the jeweler.
Yeah, actually.
Sounds like we all might be.
Okay.
I want a sparkly.
I'll go to
thing
the
on my
other
finger.
jeweler.
Actually, yeah, I'll go. I want to hit that other jeweler.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the first ones? The jeweler caught my mind. What were the other ones?
Jeweler, gambling hall, tailor, barber, rope maker. And I guess, are you guys looking for anything particular while you're out there? Because you might find it if you look specifically for it, but that's the things you notice immediately.
I'm looking for magic items that I might not be able to find other places.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a perception check to look for a magic shop.
I want to do that too.
A magic shop?
Yeah.
Oh,
I will do that.
I probably don't succeed.
meh.
Meh.
I will try for Shard for the lulls of the party. I crit. So in this,
You found a magic mushroom shop.
So you guys are aware this entire city that's massive has a bunch of shops everywhere.
Yeah.
So you guys could decide you want to go into one of these shops, or you can try your luck in the next section.
What does the tailor shop have?
You can go in and find out.
I will go in and find out.
All right.
Is it just mundane cloths?
You go in and you start looking around, and behind the counter is an earth elemental who greets you in a dark, rumbly voice.
Hello, good sir. What is your name?
I'm Lady Morningstar.
I use sir generically.
Very well.
Like saying, dude, what's up?
It just kind of shrugs its stony shoulders. It's an elemental. It's not really hung up on gender identity.
Okay, cool. I don't identify as anything right now. Anyways, I identify as a plant.
You identify as a plant.
Yeah.
I identify as a sex machine.
As an asexual plant. Anyways, what you got for sale?
So you see all sorts of normal, what you would call mundane clothing, but of Fey make. So there's very fine normal cloths and silks. There's also weird stuff that looks like it's made out of leaves.
Ooh.
You can ask about anything magical that they might have, which I'm looking through my notes of what is possibly clothing that would be magical.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
This one, the only thing outwardly magically that the earth elemental is selling is a pair of gloves.
Okay. What do these gloves do?
So, totally not reading who you are and what you identify as. It's like, that's actually a single glove. But that when you don the single fingerless glove, you'll find your hand is instantly well manicured with nails that'll match the color to your mood. And you'll always smell a family of rose water. Occasionally, you'll see some floating ethereal fingers shimmer above your own. But that's likely just a trick of the light.
That sounds good.
You can make an Arcana check on the gloves to see if they have other properties, but that's what the Earth Elemental that doesn't actually have hands.
I will do an Arcana check.
I also
want
have
some help with that?
identify. If you guys just want to give me like
16.
10 minutes.
Do you want some help with that Arcana check?
Sure. If you're coming in with me, are you coming into the shop with me?
Yeah, why not? Nature bros.
Nature
Yeah.
Bros, Taylor.
I
All
definitely went
right.
into the
So,
workshop while they were doing the tailor shop, for the record, when we get there.
I also want to see if there's a simmer. Okay. So you guys are good enough. Probably 17. You won't know all of the exact things that it does. You know they do not require attunement. They actually grant you proficiency in sleight of hand. And
Oh,
they
neat.
have some weird once a day innate magic that seems to have some different options that just the Arcana check would not reveal.
I mean, I feel like they're not super my thing, but I'm sure someone with a better dexterity, like a roguish type person, would like these. Someone who's good with their hands. I am not good with my hands.
A roguish person or a bardish person?
Yeah, bardish
Shard's like,
person
I already
would
got
like-
sleight of hand as he kind
Actually.
of pulls it back out of nowhere and puts it back.
Yeah, but they make your fingers all sparkly and cool looking.
Advantage on being fabulous.
That's true.
Could be a fabulous
useful.
bard. Oh my god! All right,
Yeah, do you want the Michael Jackson glove?
I think I want the Michael Jackson glove.
I mean, if you really want to look at it for like 10 minutes and like mull it over, you could probably identify all the other properties.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Bloop.
As a ritual. So, this is a weird fey item known as a plucky glove. It grants you proficiency in sleight of hand as well as the weird aesthetic changes to your hand. Once per day, you can activate the glove's innate magics to pluck at the strings of life. This can have one of 3 effects. You gain proficiency with thieves' tools for 1 hour, or you gain advantage on charisma performance checks while playing an instrument for 1 hour,
Oh shit.
or you can spend a bonus action to target a creature's weak point, tickling them. They subsequently suffer a D4 penalty on their next attack or ability check.
Yeah, I definitely need this. This is an
Yeah,
awesome
please,
item.
Please get that.
I'm getting this.
All right, you can negotiate a price or
Yes.
a different type of.
What's all right? What's this? Let me do some haggling here. Oh
All right.
shit!
Wow.
Oh,
All right,
Wow.
that is some very good persuasion. You talked her down from a gloves of thievery cost equivalent to a gloves of swimming and climbing equivalent, because these are uncommon magic items,
all right.
but they are highly useful because
So-
they give you a skill. And so she's hoping to get about 2,000 gold, but they're also fey, so they also deal with other stuff if you don't have that sort of coin on you.
I do actually have 2,000 gold.
So you can pay it, or you can try to roll the d12 to see what other thing this Earth Elemental may want.
A D12, you said?
If you want to try to do a random trade of another sort. Or you just be like, here's your money, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. You know what? I'll just pay the lady
Okay.
for my spooky glove.
The Earth Elemental puts its hands over your pile of coin, and they just kind of absorb into the earth and kind of pulls it into itself, and it's like, they're doing business with you.
That was metal.
So you
Alright.
now have proficiency with sleight of hand and a very fabulous, well-manicured, colored fingernails.
Fucking awesome.
I
Alright.
dig it.
You get yourself some guy liner and you'll be all set.
Yeah. I'm going like David Bowie, I guess.
Yes.
So what are these called again, Dave?
Plucky gloves.
Plucky gloves? Alright.
Which technically it's a glove, but they call them plucky gloves, plural, but it's a single glove.
Plucky glove. Alright.
It looks pretty badass.
Alright. Not even mad.
Yeah.
I don't have to attune to it either, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's good, because I've got like 2 attunement slots eaten up already.
All right. We tried finding a magic shop, but we did not see one.
I go into the rope shop.
Into what?
The rope shop?
The rope maker. Okay.
Oh, you're into that kind of stuff.
Well,
Rope
I'm wondering if he
or rope?
has the one. I don't remember what the magic item is, but the rope that is like slightly sentient.
Uh,
Goodbye.
I'll see if I see anything that starts with rope in the guide. That might just remember.
You and your fucking rope.
With your fucking rope.
And I'll be back in a second.
I see rope of climbing and rope of entanglement, unless it has another word.
No, yeah, it was an old item. It bring it to
Okay.
3.5. The thing that like you can just make it do what you want. I don't remember what it like forms any shape. I have to look for this.
All right. Well, you go into here,
Yeah.
and this guy is, a little man. He's like, "Oh, customer! Finally, someone's here to get some rope." And he's just all excited, and then you say you want magic rope, and he's kind of, "Oh, well, I just make very nice normal rope. If you would like some normal rope."
I take a look. What's it got?
He's got pretty much any material that you can think of to make rope out of. He has a rope of it.
So he has a mithril rope.
If you want to pay for mithril rope, he'll make you mithril rope. This guy seems pretty desperate for his sale because, as you already learned, rope doesn't work well in the hedge grove.
Oh shit.
So there's not a lot of use for many people here. You kind of realize he might have made a wrong investment in the shop. But
What's the strongest rope you got?
I mean, he would say mithril would be very light and flexible and expensive. There's adamantium, which is nigh unbreakable, but it's also not very bendable. So it's more of like a chain. And kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Um, there might be some more exotic materials, but I don't have anything specifically statted out.
Okay.
Does he have anything in the grappling variety?
Ooh.
You might be able to buy a grappling hook somewhere very easily, but he just sells rope.
Okay.
Let me actually get 50 feet of silk rope off of him
All right.
for like 10 gold there.
Hold on. Before you do that, how much is he selling the mithril for?
Hold on. Let me look up what the normal cost is.
I just think it would be really funny to have 50 feet of mithril rope.
All right, yeah. Silk rope is normally going for 10 gold. I would say 150 for mithril.
Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk him down. I'm like, I understand, but like, around here, I don't know that it's really worth that much. And then I roll fucking 6.
He's mulling it over, and he's like, "Yeah, but like, rent's up soon. Pay those things, but maybe we can do like 125.
All right, I can do
Mithril's
that.
not cheap.
I will buy 50 feet of mithril rope.
Okay.
Just because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Why is it funny? Just out of curiosity.
Because mithril is like used for chain armor and very.
Wouldn't that just be
expensive
like a
things.
chain then?
It's actually like a braided rope, like you would get for like rock climbing.
That's so weird.
Yeah, mithril
Well,
is
I
a very
mean,
expensive metal.
You can weave gold.
Weird.
So it will weigh the same as a normal hempen rope, but it will be much stronger.
You just make strands of molten stuff and then weave it.
Yeah, somehow this guy made a mithril rope that's actually flexible, so you can actually bend it up into a small amount of a roll to put on your back.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to question it.
You
Yeah,
probably
the
enchant it.
adamantium one is like a giant hula hoop that's like 6 foot wide. And it's as tight as you can bend it.
You could probably enchant it to be like plus climbing or whatever.
Yeah.
You can spend 125 gold on some mithril ropes.
All right.
And I guess the gem shop before we head out, or if anyone wanted to look at anything.
All
Yeah.
right. The jewelers seems to be a normal jewelers. There's all sorts of fancy jewelry in there. I'll look through this.
Do they have any magical items?
It looks like a jewelry shop as a normal one. There is a ring. They might be able to sell. And a headband, which is expensive, but yeah, those should work. And then let's see.
These are magic items?
Yeah, I'm just looking through what I have as options to present to you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, so random things you guys can find in here. The shopkeeper is. They don't say what race he is, but his name is Venus. I'll give you his name. And you guys are looking for more unique magical things, not just pretty, beautiful fae artistry.
I'll take some pretty face shit.
All right. Well, you can definitely find that. You can pay pretty much whatever you want and get something that's just as beautiful as the price.
All right.
1 copper.
No. How much? What's 50 gold gonna get me?
I'm trying to. Let's see. Is it under tools for that part? For some random ass reason?
Wouldn't that just be like goods or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at it because there is some in some versions of this. There is a jewelry thing. Signet ring is 5 gold. Usually they have a listing on jewelry because there's some like nobles need a certain amount of jewelry.
Yeah. To look the part, right?
Yeah, I think 50 is like the minimum to be like of a normal human noble's amount of jewelry.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I just want a fancy necklace.
All right. Well, you can get yourself a very nice necklace for 50 gold.
Sweet.
You also have this guy trying to sell you guys on the ring of some powerful leader that you guys have never heard of. That, you know, if anybody has like detect magic at will or anything, it's just like, yeah, it looks magical, but doesn't seem like very powerful. There's some headband that has wings on it. And there is another ring, which looks like it's made of pewter with a black stone of inky obsidian.
I'd like to know what the headband does.
All right.
Can I roll Arcana on it or something?
Yeah, and the shopkeep will also help a little bit. The headband does require attunement, but it will make you feel as light as a feather, is what the Fey shopkeeper says in a very oblique way.
Okay.
Does an Arcana 12 tell me any more?
Arcana 12, you can definitely tell it's magical. And you can tell by like its construction and look, it's likely something to do with flight or flying or not falling. Lucan,
Oh,
however,
shit.
walks over and he's like, "Oh, that's one of these bullshit things," and just knows all the powers of this thing.
Apparently.
Hold on. Let me also make sure I know what the cost thing is. Okay. This is a rare item that requires attunement, so you're expecting that it would cost a pretty penny. It is a winged headband that they say what it is made out of. Of course they don't. It looks like it's made out of some very fine metals. It goes around your head, has little wings that come off to the side, so you get a little Mercury look. While attuned, your movement increases by 10 feet, and your weight decreases by half. The weight reduction extends to any equipment you've worn for more than an hour since attuning. Equipment returns to normal weight as soon as it's unequipped, dropped, or otherwise removed from your person. As a bonus action, or as a reaction to falling, you can make yourself light as a feather. Until you end the effect, or until 10 minutes have passed, you are treated as if you're under the feather fall effect. You have disadvantage on any spell or effect that includes winds or strong air currents, and attempts to throw you have the same result as trying to throw a regular feather. You may end this effect as a bonus action on your turn, or you may reactivate it per the activation rules above, provided you have not exceeded the 10 minutes duration. Once the 10 minutes are expended, you have to wait till you've completed a long rest.
Cool. I'd like to know more about this pewter ring.
All right, you can make a separate Arcana check, and I'll tell you what he says.
Oh, nat 20.
Which is a -1, which is awesome.
That's great.
I believe someone in our party, I forget who the hell has it, has a similar thing from our jobs, but it's a ring of the linguist, and it holds 1d4 unreplenishable charges of comprehend languages. But you can try to train the ring to become better at what it does, which would then give it additional powers. So once per day, you can attempt to feed the stone a word. Doing so requires a DC 14 intelligence check to accurately pronounce and define it. 3 successes from a single language would cause the stone to turn clear as water, and a small yellow fish could be seen floating inside. The stone can now act as a translator for that language, though it needs to be held up to the ear and leaves your lobe a little wet afterwards.
Babblefish.
That's amazing.
The stone can learn an unlimited number of languages this way. Once the ring knows 5 languages, however, it regains 1d4 charges of comprehend languages daily at dawn to a maximum of 4 charges.
Oh, shit.
So basically, you have to spend a lot of time training it, which means a decent intelligence check.
Yeah.
Which I do not have.
And you also probably need to already know a bunch of languages.
I know a couple. I'm kind of tempted on that, actually. What's he wanting for it?
Because you have to go through and train it. Let me see. It is not much.
$50.
Best I can do is $10.
Best I can do is $10.
About $350.
I ain't got no tree fitting.
Monster, why you want $350? Around here, we work for our money.
I would say he's looking for $150.
Well, let's see if I can talk him down to even 100, maybe.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
This is where everything goes very wrong.
And he's like, come on, it's a cool magic ring with a babblefish inside.
All right, fine. $150.
Like, nice
What?
doing,
What?
said, nice doing business with you.
Cool. I might have to have you copy pasta that stuff.
Yeah, remind me later and I can get this stuff to you. There's going to be a bunch of random ass shopping line, I'm sure. It's going to be the rest of the session for a half hour, and then we're actually going to do the thing.
Was
So yeah, we want to move on to the next bay or the next block in the hedgegrove and try
Wait.
to find a magic shop.
Did you say there was a gambling hall?
There is a gambling hall.
Because I just realized I am both proficient with 3 Dragon Ante and now Sleight of Hand.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
we about to get arrested.
Oh no, I'm just gonna. We're about to get some dough.
Hold on. I just want to double check something, and then we can go in there.
This is when you realize you can make more money gambling than you can adventuring.
Oh shit.
In the C team, they actually have one of the guys in real life likes to gamble, and so the DM came up with a bunch of games of chance for in-game. And this character actually has a giant pile of money on him that is his money because he's won it from gambling.
That's really funny.
Fantastic. I'm probably
And the
gonna.
first person decided to give all their money to someone else as collateral. He actually had money still. He's like, "You're an idiot." He pulled a bunch of money out.
I'm probably gonna do this while the rest of these guys are shopping, seeing as I already spent most of my money. I'll pretty much just mess around and see what I can do with I don't know.
You'll have to deal with the find us.
I'm in the same area.
All right.
I'll just let you guys know. Hey, I'm going over to the gambling hall while you guys are shopping around. I'll see if I can get us some extra scratch. Well, get me some extra scratch.
Okay.
You want me to roll stuff, Dave?
Yeah, why don't you roll D100 for now? Because I just want to
Okay.
double check something while you're doing that.
44.
44. Okay, so that has no effect on anything. All right, for that, I'm going to say so far your first game you've pushed.
Oh, okay. I don't get to.
You played a little bit.
Yeah.
You think the Fae are doing some weird shit, but you also didn't lose your money.
Okay.
You can actually use if you actually are proficient with 3 Dragon Ante, you can actually play
All right.
that skill.
What attribute should I use for that?
Be right back.
3 Dragon Ante. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it sleight of hand to cheat? Do you want to actually just be really good at the game and count the cards? How do you want to be good at it?
I'll distract the dealer with my charm.
All right, so you can try charisma.
All right.
Sexy
Awesome.
hands.
I'll try that. Yeah.
The dealer totally sees what you're doing there.
Oh, okay. Oh well. All right.
Yeah, you can pretty much get out of there, and you're maybe down 2 gold at most.
Okay. So
But you had some fun.
basically
Nothing
broke
more.
even, killed some time while everyone else was doing their shopping.
Yep.
All right. I'm good with that.
All right. So we're going to go off to the next section of the hedge maze to hopefully find some better shops, or some different shops at least. Anyone who wants to find a magic shop can roll a perception check. Otherwise, you can roll a d20. Or we all roll perception and d20.
Oh boy.
Got 22.
And I got 1 as well. 25, 22. All right. Apparently, all the magic shops are down this other section.
Awesome.
Did I have to roll for magic? Did I hear that?
Yeah, we found some, so you don't have to.
Cool.
We rolled some. We find. All right, I'm going to change some of these outputs just because we have the same thing again. 17. And I'm going to roll a d20 for the lulls. No. Better. Perfect. All right, so we find not 1, but 2 different types of magic shops. One seems to be boasting, wondrous items. The other one seems to be advertising more mundane, one-time use or curio items. And we also find a glassworks, a barber, and a hatter.
What? I'd like to go into one of the magic shops.
All right. Do you want to go into the like potions and curio shop, or the full-on like we got all your wondrous items here shop?
Well, probably both, but the wondrous items shop first because they have the shinies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we go in there, and we run into a shopkeeper who is. So we find an Eladrin, which is a true elf, to those who's running the shop and is, bedecked in robes, and he has, a construct kind of putting some boxes on an upper shelf. He kind of looks you guys over, and he, gestures to his shop, and he's like, have a look around. Let me know if you're looking for anything specific, but there's many things here. So is there anything you guys are looking for?
Do you have anything that would be plant/druidy?
All right. He thinks for a moment. He has many planty type things. And one is not very druidy. There's a magical shield. There is a set of armor that looks like a frog motif. There is a magical great club. And he has some fun boots, a fun looking glass, and that is probably about that would interest you.
What are the boots?
The boots. They look like hardy hiking boots that have kind of like a red tufted fur around the upper cuff of them, but they also seem to have like to us here in the immortal world, almost like a spiked rubber sole.
I'm listening. You want me to do like an Arcana check on it, or?
Yeah, or you can try getting the guy to tell you what it does. All right, these are designed to help you walk through thick and magically hindering plant life. And so you can avoid many environmental hazards in the forest with these.
That sounds pretty good. I like the sound of that. Tell me more.
All right. Brent, do you want to help him identify, or does anybody else want?
Sure. I will identify.
I know just as much as you.
Bloop.
All right. So while you're very much interested in these items, Brent spends his time to sit there and identify, and he's like, no, we really want to know before we buy these. I also still need to get up how much these are probably worth. Okay. So these are rare boots that require attunement. They're called Thorn Walkers. These hardy hiking boots grant immunity to any plant-based environmental hazards and resistance to all damage from plant-type creatures. As an action, you can cast freedom of movement on yourself for the duration of this spell. Size large or smaller, non-magical plants move out of your way as if there's space for them to do so. Once moved, these plants remain in their new positions even after you've passed by. New plants can grow over the area at a pace natural to their species and growing conditions, but you cannot cast freedom of movement again until the next day.
I am tempted to get these.
All right. They
seem pretty up my alley.
They seem pretty up your alley. The guy's asking a steep price of 4,000 gold.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, that's
Making
not
good
going to
persuasion.
happen.
He's
Yeah.
also
Even at
a
half
fae
price,
that
I
is
wouldn't
willing
be
to
able
do a trade.
Okay.
But you have to. I mean, again, I guess effectively he would tell you what the trade would be. You can roll a d12 and see what he's offering.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, that seems like a fair. All right, so him being really weird, he looks at you straight in the face and he's like, "I want all of your clothes and armor. You must leave my shop naked in order to get the boots." And you can roll insight to see why.
I will roll insight.
Because he's a kinky, crazy guy.
I rolled a 1.
You have no idea why this kinky elf is like, dude, you gotta be naked. I'll give you boots.
That's amazing.
I feel like if I were to do that, you'd have to pay me 4,000 gold.
He just
Seems like you
laughs.
would get some weird enjoyment out of it, and that's not my thing. So
I mean-
sadly, Thorncaller will have to decline on these Thornwalker boots.
Okay.
I mean, we could also lend you the money, too.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, not sure I also want to give patronage to someone who's like, yeah, go walk around naked. What?
I mean, I can also.
I mean, Steve, you can roll insight too to see why he's doing
Yeah.
it.
Hold on.
Because that goes well for me.
Daroth, does Daroth understand why this?
Daroth gets it. So the Fae don't share human social mores about nudity and think it's incredibly funny to see you all get so worked up over this. You also can tell that the Fae are a little bit elitist and they're kind of seeing a Goliath as a lower tier citizen. So it's all the funnier that there would be this big bumbling idiot walking around naked on the streets.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid. So you can keep those boots.
I don't know. A little shame seems worth a 4,000 gold magic item.
Yeah, but I still need my stuff.
Well, actually, is your armor magical?
No.
So it might be worth it.
What? Wait, was it give him all the clothes or like just
Yeah.
take it all off?
The trade is he gets all of the clothes and armor that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, not weapons?
Nope.
I don't know.
What's your dignity worth?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
mean, out of character, I could do it, but like in character, I don't think you'd want to do
The
that.
proud druid is like, no, F you, Maddie.
Yeah. That makes sense. Stick
That's
with it.
fine. I think this is funny that we're doing stuff in character based on. I'm like, no, that's cool, man.
I mean,
Fools, all
look-
of you.
I look over at my compatriots and they're like, "Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it." I'm like,
Shard's like, I don't fucking know, man. This whole place is weird.
yeah, I'm cool with going to the next magic shop.
Does anybody else want to look around in here
Oh,
for
yeah,
random crap?
Is there anything in this shop that like you couldn't get back home? Is there like specific like Feywild magic shenanigans?
Oh yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I've been listing is the Feywild specific stuff. Because if there's something on the main sheet you guys specifically want, you could probably find it here or in Eastspire. So I'm trying to go over the.
Okay.
This is the weird Feywild marketing.
I guess Daroth is gonna look for anything that would help out with like information or finding out secrets, that sort of thing.
Information and secrets.
I mean, I do have that.
Actually, you know what? You know what? I have an idea. I don't think he knows that I'm a druid.
You might have an inkling.
Because if he's asking me to drop trow and be naked, and then I just shift into an animal.
I did have that thought, yeah.
And then goes be an animal for a while.
Actually, yeah, to a certain extent, how much do druids care about the weird morals of like city folk? Now, the giving up all your stuff, on the other hand, yeah,
I mean, I mean, as a druid, I'm not super tied to like material items. I mean,
fair.
I'm mostly all about naturey stuff. So,
What kind of armor do you have?
I have hide armor, and the shield that I have is a conjured shield. So I can conjure that whenever I want to.
So the hide armor.
All said, you're out a total of 10 gold.
Yeah, hide armor and plain cloak, and that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, money wise, it's a good trade. It's just dignity wise.
That's true.
But
You know,
nature is there's not really clothes in nature except for protection, basically.
you know what? Fuck it. I'll do it.
All right, drop trout. He takes your hide armor and your cloak, and he tosses you a pair of boots.
Awesome.
Funny.
And then I just do some like, you know, jiggling and wiggling just for him.
All right.
Get his jimmies rustled.
He doesn't seem affected either way. He just seems amused that you actually did what he asked. He's like, all right.
I give him a big thumbs up and be like, "You asked for it."
Just wearing these
"Yeah, I
awesome.
did." And then he snaps to the construct, and it comes out with a new box of shoes and puts them on the shelf.
Cool. Worth it.
He's just got a pallet of them in the back.
No one's buying them for no reason. He's like, all right, it's last year's Air Jordans. I need to get rid of old stock.
Yeah. You'll have to send me the stats for those boots.
Yeah, you guys make note of what you bought, and I'll try to get them to you before next session.
Okay.
What are those boots called?
Thorn Walkers? Yeah. Thorn Collar now is Thorn Walkers.
That was kind of the other reason why I kind of really wanted you to buy those, was because of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I need to find an armorer.
You can try to find one.
Can you wear chainmail?
No.
Damn.
I can only wear things that don't have metal.
I didn't think that was a thing anymore in 5.
Is it not?
It is also heavy armor, so you might not be able to
Yeah,
wear
that
it
could be more
anyways.
of the issue. They have proficiency. They will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. So they flavored it as it's not that they cannot, it's that they refuse to.
Yeah.
Neat.
So you could somehow find medium armor that is not made of metal here.
Scale armor made of actual scales.
Yeah, or things made out of dark wood or leaves or something else.
Yeah, I'd want to see if there's scale mail, like actual scales.
What type of scales? Just a scale or?
I mean, what
Dagron scales.
What cost are we talking about here?
There is a green dragon hanging around somewhere.
We'll get to that later.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you, dragon? We need your parts for cool armor.
So this guy, just for sake of time and argument, you can get scale mail from this dude in the magic shop. Non-metal ones, you can get dark wood, which looks very cool, but is made of wood, for about 500 gold, or you can get Wyvern scale for the price of half plate, which is 750 gold.
I would be interested in that. So, Wyvern scale mail?
Yep.
It's just regular. It's not like magical or anything, right?
Not magical, just made out of cool, rare materials.
What's the AC on that?
14 plus Dex max 2.
14 plus Dex max 2. You can't go negative, right? So if your Dex is -1, it's not like
I think it does actually reduce your AC unless you're in heavy armor.
Okay.
Well said, your hide armor isn't helping you there. Because hide armor is 12 plus Dex max 2.
Oh, so this would be 14.
Yeah, so you're 2 higher.
Okay.
Woo woo.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay. Zach, you were speaking up. Do you still want to find secret T type items? I'm not sure if there's much here. Or is there something else you're looking for? Zach, you on mute.
Yep, I was on mute. Sorry. Yeah, I was looking for something that like helps, or like tells me secrets.
What was the first part? It said helps you what?
Helps with investigation.
Uh,
Well, there is the searchy guy that you hang out with.
The search you guys are being with?
Me, I do investigations.
Oh yeah, no, I am also skilled in it, but something that like would magically assist with it.
well, he has the Tome of Trivia. But
Al's got the tome, yeah.
Oh, true.
the only thing you may be interested in is that looking glass, or like the handheld looking glass that the guy was showing Thorncaller.
Right. What's it do?
He calls it a stargazer. You can roll Arcana to see what it does.
All right, will do. Character sheet, where'd you go? There you are. Nope. Not rolling well tonight.
Lucan's got a pretty good idea what it does. It looks like you can use the stargazer to observe the night sky and read the constellations or potentially see a shooting star, and allows you to potentially change your luck.
Interesting. What's he selling it for?
It is a rare item, and so he's calling it pretty high. It's going to be like 6,000 because this thing can actually change luck.
Darath gives him a spiel about, like, yeah, but it could change your luck for bad, in bad ways. This is a potentially damaging item. It should be worth way less.
23 is good, and he says, actually, this item's only good. But you can see, 6,000 was a little bit too high for you. He's like, all right, well, seeing as, you've already done doing some business, I'll knock it down to 5,500.
Well, I have 2,000, so you want to make another trade?
You can roll a d12 and see what he offers.
Sure. Why not? What's he got?
He very, very vaguely looks at you dead in the eye, and he says, your precious knowledge.
What?
1 plus 1 equals 2. There, knowledge.
He seems like he wants to make some sort of bargain with you that would involve some sort of magical transference.
Like, he would steal the knowledge, I wouldn't have it anymore?
Potentially.
I ask him if that is what he means.
He kind of gives you a nod.
This guy has kind of a deal with the devil vibe to him.
Yeah, seriously.
This isn't uncommon for Fae, particularly those that want to deal with goods.
Ah, right.
Hmm. I'm not sure. I think Daroth probably doesn't want to give up any information. He's holding on to his past pretty tightly. He's like, any of you guys want to pool some money for this? It's probably just the thing that I want, so no stress on that.
How much was it?
Right now, the price is 5,500.
Daroth
wow.
had 26,000. So I assume no one wants to pool that much. So Daroth passes.
Okay.
Anyone else want stuff?
Lucan, you got any money you want to spend?
I still do, but there's also kind of probably more expensive stuff that would be better for me to spend money on. I mean, I already got good armor and weapon, so.
You also think the little trinket shop next door might have stuff that's cheaper.
Yeah. Let's go for that.
All right. Josh Gary, is there anything you want?
Nothing jumps to mind. Might want to hoard my money a little bit longer.
Okay. You guys want to go check out the cool little curio shop next door?
Sure.
All right.
Do it.
So this place looks like it has all sorts of potions and other little knickknacks all strewn about its shop. They're also boasting a sale for a mystery box for 25 gold, which seems interesting and weird.
For 50 gold?
25 gold.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I was going to say, we might all be game for that.
All right, so everybody deduct 25 gold that wants to do it.
Yes.
I will do it as well. And
Oh,
I am going to roll randomly on who gets what.
did you just deduct the gold? I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, that's yours. So I had your sheet open because I was looking at something else, but I just did that for you, so now you're good.
I was like, oh man, can you just do that for everyone? That's awesome.
No, I had you open in case you lost your knowledge, and I had to deal with that as a DM.
All right, fair enough.
That one is not a particularly fun one to have to deal with. All right. Okay. That's weird. All right. I'm going to go vertical order of chat. Jeff, did you buy one for 25?
Yes.
Okay. You open it up at some point, and you find a small handheld mirror. And you think there might be something weird about it.
I examine it.
You can make an Arcana.
I see nothing.
I'll help you with that.
Myself.
All right. This looks like a much less powerful version of Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, where it's Mirror, Mirror in my hand. And it only answers mundane, pointless questions.
What is the circumference of a moose?
It's like Alec Baldwin with his face in a pie.
So it's a series.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
I'm gonna name it Alexa.
Okay. Shard, aka Ignatius, gets a ring, but doesn't seem like it does anything.
Does that- Can we roll Arcana to see if it does anything?
Don't have to worry about it. It'll come up organically if it does ever.
Okay.
I rolled randomly for myself, and I'm like, this may never come up for this character. Josh Gary, did you buy one?
Yes, I did.
All right. You find a random piece of fruit.
Nice.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Do I
It is
recognize the
weird
fruit at all?
Huh?
Do I recognize the fruit at all?
The fruit looks a bit like a combination of different stuff. Like it probably would look the closest to like a dragon fruit, but you can bite into the skin like an apple.
I asked the mirror what kind of fruit that is.
Drowsy fruit.
Perfect.
I was actually half expecting you to say it looks just like the one that's sewn into me.
No,
It's like, wait, what?
we have a ton of those over here. We eat them like that. We eat them like tomatoes.
Do we know any side effects from eating this fruit?
The nature bros can make a nature check. Now that you have some random thing called the drowsy fruit that looks like some sort of weird faith fruit. Lucan knows. This is a weird, magically grown fruit from the Feywild that'll make you drowsy whenever you take a bite, but it regenerates the bites after about an hour.
That's cool.
You have an infinite fruit?
An infinite fruit of ZZ Quill.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
That is fucking cool.
Hey, Mr. Shopkeep, take a bite of this. Bye.
It doesn't make you fall asleep. It just makes
Free
you tired.
food, free food.
Just makes you tired.
Yeah.
All right, next in line is Zach. You bought one, I take it?
Yep.
You find a black hat.
Cool. Is
A
it
cool hat.
Oh shit, it's a thing.
All right. You notice looking at the hat, it's a very stylish hat. The inside of the lining is a slightly different material that looks like there's little hands in the fabric. Like there's a stylized hands like going around in the fabric. There's a little note on a tag that says for stressful days, and you think the hat will massage your scalp at night.
That's awesome.
Is it the hat of happy endings?
Oh shit.
Aww.
Hey, can I borrow
It
that?
doesn't say what you do if you don't put it on your head.
The unfortunate thing is Daroth doesn't have nerve endings anymore, so sort of
You're
useless.
just sitting there and you're like, something's touching me.
Like I understand why this would feel good. I feel.
It's also not like these are bound to you. You guys can trade if you decide you're like, I don't want a hat that massages my scalp.
It's pretty cool.
All
Daroth
right.
puts it on.
Steve.
Yep.
You get a smoking pipe.
Seems somewhat ironic for a tree person. But I also find it hilarious that I got it out of character.
Yeah, and you can roll an Arcana on that to see if it does anything weird.
Apparently, I don't know nearly as much about some of this stuff now.
Yeah, you can try lighting it. Yeah, the most Brent gets is that it probably does something weird or cool when you smoke.
It makes
Screw
you
it,
look
let's find
cool.
out. Anybody got a light?
You do.
No.
Produce flame, dude.
I didn't take any spells yet. And
Oh.
Also, I probably may not take that.
Oh, bummer.
I'm sure some of us have prestidigitation and we can cause a spark.
Yeah, I think I do actually.
I don't. I just have light. I don't make big sparks.
I did. That is the one other one I have. So yeah, Daroth's got a light.
All right,
I need to get that.
smoke it. As the smoke billows out of the pipe, it makes weird little ghostly phantasms in the smoke.
Is it kind of like the what's that instrument from Futurama?
It's kind of like that, but it's not necessarily like you have control over it. It's more of like, here's a spoopy special effects move.
The holophone.
It's like you're smoking
Yes.
souls, and the souls are being released as you breathe out.
Okay, that's disconcerting.
Just this little like little ghostly. off of vape.
So is there-
It's a vape.
We get it, bro. You vape.
Vape life.
All right, Brent, you are last but not least.
All right. What do I
Let's
got?
see what you get. You get. All right, a toy soldier.
Oh, badass. That's fitting. I was a mercenary.
Yeah.
What is
Is
it?
it
Oh yeah, I
Notice
gotta.
It even looks like a small version of the uniform that you used to wear.
Oh shit. Yeah. Let me check this shit.
Just make sure you switch it
Plot.
to good and not evil.
Yeah. I look for the. Oh.
This seems like a Fey version of a Nutcracker. And
Awesome.
it will not only crack nuts that you feed to it and make it, crack them manually, it may seek out nuts to find.
And it tactically explodes them.
Cracks nuts, finds nuts. Got it.
Yeah.
We must have run into one of those in the Winterfell.
All right, so you guys got your cool little mystery boxes.
That's cool.
Other interesting things as we're running out of late, and we're doing the shopping first, and then we can do the actual quest. So, things you guys may want to notice. There's all sorts of potions and crap you normally can find. You also see stuff actually labeled in this shop, to at least what they are. You don't necessarily know what they do. But you see a jar that's called the Door Jam. You
Oh,
see
God.
a potion bottle that's called Pickled Pixie, and it actually looks like there's a bunch of drunk pixies in it, like suspended in alcohol.
That's freaky.
That sounds
Slightly-
kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, it looks totally fucked up. You see another jar that looks like a foodstuffs jar, similar to the Door Jam, that's called Smarmalade.
Sounds like the Bard's Alley.
And you also see what we would consider a hot sauce bottle that's tall and thin and red and has little devil horns at the corners of the top and a flame motif in the middle. And they don't even tell you what it's called. It is say hot. in the middle.
I put that shit on everything.
Wild hot sauce. Can't
fun.
imagine how hot that is.
Summer Court's red hot. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah, I got it.
And you also see a blue cloth sack that is tightly drawn and tied with a little sign next to it that says lip stickers.
I don't want to know what that is. That just sounds bad.
And one other thing you notice of note is just because it's funny and it's getting late, up at the register, you see a bunch of little things all kind of arrayed in little boxes that have a central circular piece, and it looks like 3 other pieces that rotate around it. Like some sort of spinning flat disc.
Is that like a desk ornament?
It looks like something you would use in your hands to kind of just have these little discs spin around.
Oh, it's a fidget spinner.
Oh my
Ah.
god, really? Of course, the Fae would have fidget spinners.
Actually, how much is the fidget spinner?
What? No.
Oh, here's the funny thing.
Say what?
The shopkeep informs you that these are gnomish gyrofoci. The gnomish device will spin with meditative speed and efficiency, all while helping you maintain perfect balance. You think you could actually use this as an arcane focus if you wanted to?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's
You could be a fidget wizard.
Yeah, how much is this? Like, I'm
It is a common item, but they're selling them for 150 gold because of the ingenious gnomish craftsmanship.
All right. Well, that needs a persuasion check, I think, to bring that on down.
Nice.
They'll do 100 if you are willing to buy one, or especially if more than one person in the party is willing to buy one.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
How much is it?
Nah, bro.
They'll do 100 if we buy more than one.
Oh
No, I'm good.
no, you said 100 and then less if.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe they'll do 75 if we buy more than. Also, you guys can make an Arcana check to see if this has another ability to it.
Sure.
Lucan and Zach, you guys immediately also figure out that while this is a common item at a reasonable price, if you were to attune to this as a magic item, as your arcane focus, it would actually give you advantage on all your concentration checks
Oh shit.
while you maintain your
Wow.
concentration in the fidget.
All right, I buy one for 100.
Okay.
Doesn't
Uh,
require
Weird
attunement,
ass fucking
right?
items in this thing. Huh?
No attunement, right?
It's an attunement item if you want.
Oh,
It's
but
a
I need.
cool. It's a attunement slot if you want the advantage on concentration checks. Otherwise, it's just a cool fidget spinner arcane focus.
I also need a free hand to use it. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it actually doesn't help me.
That's actually true for any arcane focus, isn't it? You need to have.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't say you need a free hand for it. Apparently, you just attune to it and it just spins on its own.
You
So
can just attach it to your belt.
so you have a fidget spinner on your belt. You got this pirate has one on his belt, and he walks into a bar, and the bartender's like, "Hey, what's with the, steering wheel on your belt?" And the pirate's like, "Yar, it's driving me nuts."
So Zach will buy one of those. Is anybody interested in these weird Fey foodstuffs?
No,
Not right now.
Don't
No.
drink the water.
Yeah, don't drink the water in Feyland.
All right, so no one wants door jam, pickled pixies, marmalade, or hot sauce.
Door jam.
I guess I ask what pickled pixies is, just out of curiosity.
Inside the bottle of potent fairy alcohol are several tiny drunken fae.
Oh, they're just
It's
fucking
not-
shit faced.
Oh, they are fucking shit faced. It is. This is actually an item Steve's character would love in your camp.
Of
It is
course.
essentially bottled chaos.
Nice.
It's not intended to drink. You should not drink it. They inform that no mortal should drink the fey liquor that this is in. But it can be thrown like a grenade up to 30 feet, where it will splash open, and the fey will be confused and belligerent, freed from their alcoholic distillation, and spill out unharmed and begin casting spells at random targets within 20 feet of them.
Oh my god.
That is like something Madness would want to make
Yeah.
in mass.
Yeah.
It's a very rare potion, but it is pretty much pure chaos in a jar.
How much is he selling it for?
Let me see what potions that are very rare are going for. Apparently, like 500.
Huh.
Going off of the potions that are in the very rare in the pricing guide. It's a
Alright.
one-time use, totally F over this area potion.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds fun, but I don't know if I want to spend the money. I don't
You know what? I am going to buy one.
Nice.
Because the DM wants to see where this goes.
That is
No,
that
I'm
like
he hasn't bought anything, and I'm like, you know what? This is funny.
that can be our plan B. Like, well, run away, also
That's
have
like the
this.
Plan Z.
Plan Z, yeah.
And I'll ask about the door jam.
Do you spread it on a door and then that door can't open or something?
Puns are a thing, apparently. This little jar, just because it's getting late and I want to do this, and I think these are hilarious. This little jar contains 1d6 plus 1 servings of jam. If you smear a single serving on a door, it jams shut. It requires a high DC strength check to open. If you break an empty jar on a locked door, the door pops open and becomes ajar.
Wow.
What the fuck?
The pun, it burns.
Does it trigger traps?
It doesn't specify, but they come in various flavors.
I feel like if you threw it at a door from afar, you could trigger the trap that a door has on it.
It needs to be an empty jar in order to.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is like you once the jar is empty, you could use it as a means to like bypass the door.
I also very much find it funny that it is a flavored berry jam entirely intended to only be spread on doors.
That's true. That's a good
I'm
point.
impressed that it comes in other flavors.
And it doesn't regenerate, I assume.
No,
Well, I mean, maybe it has a nice little scent to it, you know?
it's 1d6 plus 1 servings of jam once you use it once. So like when you go to use it, roll 1d6 plus 1 and it'll tell you how many uses you get out of it.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's funny.
I kind of want it.
Just to also give you guys an idea of what the other stuff is. The door jam is uncommon, as is Smarmalade, which is 1d4 plus 4 spoonfuls, which are generally, I guess, intended to be spread over like toast or something, but you can just eat it plain. When consumed, 1 spoonful grants proficiency on charisma, persuasion, and deception checks for 1 minute.
Smarmalade.
If you're already proficient in those skills, you gain double your proficiency bonus.
Nice.
Bard.
The Smarmy.
I'm good, man. I already have expertise in my talking skills.
Well, do you
Well,
want triple?
Hot sauce is known as the best hot sauce in the wilds. And a single bottle contains 10 servings. You think it is so hot you need to take con saves when you eat it.
Will it like burst things on fire if you like squirt it at something?
If you think, well, just because I think this description is interesting, if you fail your Constitution check, you are then vulnerable to fire damage because you are so hot inside. And you have disadvantage on Wisdom Perception checks until you complete a long rest because your eyes and mouth are just watering. Each additional time you fail before a long rest, you take 1d6 fire damage and a level of exhaustion.
Oh, man.
Regardless if you succeed or fail, the DC increases by 2 for each additional serving you consume before your next long rest.
So what's the point of consuming it then?
You don't put it on your food.
You can challenge the beast within and slam the sauce. And serving 5 servings at once and taking 2d6 fire damage requires a higher Constitution roll, and failing on a Wisdom roll to do it, because you need to be dumb to do this. Hold on.
This almost sounds like something you put on someone else.
That's what I was saying. This is not for us to eat.
So here's the trick, though. So there's a bunch of random bad things this thing does because it's so spicy. However, if you can pass your initial Constitution saving throw 5 times in a row with 5 different servings, you get permanent resistance to fire damage.
What?
Whoa.
But it's like there's 10 servings and you need to make 5 in a row.
I mean, that's some lucky ass shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like you're vulnerable to fire, you spontaneously combust.
That's like a high-level barbarian with 24 con making those checks.
Yeah.
I don't know. My con's not bad. I got 6 on the saving throw. I might almost be able to do it.
Do we know the DC?
Do
of
it.
Do?
You can make an Arcana check to know the DC. I've been kind of leaving that out. You think if you were to come into it with the intent of gaining fire immunity and take a single dose a day, you can have to pass a DC 15 con save.
Gets harder with every dose, though, right?
If you do another dose before a long rest. So you can do one dose a day and only have to do it DC 15.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But if you fail, you're going to be vulnerable to fire and have disadvantage on perception.
And I'm stuck starting over.
Yep.
The disadvantage and vulnerability is temporary, though, right?
Yeah, it's for one day.
So every day you fuck it up, you'll have some issues.
Yeah. It's a day-long process to deal with this stuff.
Okay, so basically
No.
I kind of want that, because resistance to fire would be kind of awesome.
I feel like
I can bless you before you make your save. And give you a plus a D4 to your saving throw.
I can give you inspiration.
I like where this is going.
we can make this happen.
It's like a man versus food episode.
Oh man.
Every morning is just, all right, toss it on some breakfast food. All right, let's do this, guys. All right, yeah, I'm buying that.
All right. They're offering it for 300 because it's from the proper wilds, not even the summer or the winter court area.
I think I need some help on this one. And I think everyone else is into this, so.
I'll help you out for like 300 or so.
Well, it's more the persuasion check, sorry.
Oh.
I can afford it. I just would like to pay less if I can.
That makes sense.
Or I can't help you for shit.
14.
Pretty much everyone trying to talk him down. You get it down to about 250.
No, the bard hasn't tried.
Huh? Oh. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm spacing
Come on,
out here.
dude.
What am I doing? Persuading?
Persuading the guy to charge less for hot sauce.
Hey, bro, it's hot sauce. Like, come on.
Like, there's an import tariff, and so he's like, I can't go lower than 200.
All
Or
right.
you wouldn't get trade.
Wait,
This guy doesn't seem as
King
keen
of
on
the
trade.
Fae, the Trump? No. Sorry.
Wait, what?
He said this guy doesn't seem as keen on trades as the other guy, but he says 200 or I could do a trade.
Yeah, I'll just do the 200. 200's already not bad.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Because it is now late and we've had some fun shopping, is there any last minute shopping business, or next time we will go into actually going to find some slippers?
Oh, yeah, I guess we actually got to do that, huh?
We should. We don't have to.
Yeah.
It's D&D, so we
Can I look up magical items and get back to you on that? I feel like
Yeah.
I might want things, but I don't know enough of the things that exist.
Yeah, I have all the weird Fey ones, but yeah, you can look them up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool, guys. So yeah, next time we'll actually get into finding slippers and doing other weird shit in the Feywild.
Sounds good.
I should actually add my items to my own sheet.
Not the most exciting episode for others to watch, but interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, I had fun.
Guy goes to the mall.
There you go.
The gang goes shopping in the Fey towns.
The princess who hired us is like, what the fuck are they doing?
Going
I need
shopping.
my slippers immediately, and we're like, we're gonna go shopping, bitch.
You brought us to the Fae. This is your problem.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
And I now have a potion of pixie chaos, which is pretty hilarious.
That'll be fun.
I just paid full price for that because that is 30-foot range, does 20-foot radius random targets, So you rolled 3d6, and there's a table, and they cast those spells on random people.
What can pixies cast? I know they can polymorph because
These ones, when they're drunk as shit, can cast confusion, dispel magic, entangle, enlarge, reduce for reduce only, polymorph, and sleep.
all right.
Shenanigans. That's what they can cast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta go.
All right. Yeah, it's late.
Talk to you guys later.
About that time.
Later.
Sleep.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Laters.